I'm Messenger Daniel. This is in the name of Yahuweh. Welcome back, Yahushua Ministries.
Our fathers heard the shofar for the first time in the wilderness of Sinai 3,500 years ago. By the approach of the morning of the third day of the third month after the Israelites came out of Egypt, they expected the Lord to come down the mountain in front of the eyes of all the people. There were thunders and lightnings, a thick cloud on the mountain, and the voice of the shofar, Kol HaShofar, was very loud, so that all the people who were in the camp trembled. Mount Sinai was completely in smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire. Its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace. The whole mountain quaked greatly. And when the voice of the shofar sounded long and became louder and louder, Moshe spoke, and God answered him by voice. Then the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai on top of the mountain, and the Lord called to Moshe on the top of the mountain, and Moshe went up. In this text, we first meet the mysterious word, shofar, and the first time we hear the sound of its voice. Here it appears as a musical instrument in the hands of God Himself, passing forth the breath of His mouth. It is no accident that in the Scriptures the shofar is repeatedly referred to as the voice, as if it was a person. The voice of the shofar, Kol HaShofar, became stronger and stronger. Moses spoke, and God answered him by the voice. In this verse, the word voice refers to both the shofar and to God. The voice of the shofar and the voice of God mingled, and it sounded like one.
Shall be removed from Torah, says Yahshua. That would you, that would you do, shall be removed from Torah, says Yahshua. That would you, that would you do, shall be removed from Torah, says Yahshua. That would you, that would you do, shall be removed from Torah, says Yahshua. Yahweh, Yahshua, Yisrael, Yehuda, Yehudim, Ephraim, Melo, 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 Hagoyim.
You said I could be anything.
Taught me to read, taught me to dream.
You showed me what real strength looks like.
And put your own ambitions aside so that I could chase mine.
You were there every time I was hurt.
You were at every school play,
Piano recital.
Soccer game.
You went without sleep. Did every thankless job.
You never stopped.
Because of you, I am brave.
Because of you, I am not afraid to speak my mind. Because of you, I know how to follow Jesus.
Because of you, I am me.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
I love you.
The day starts before the crack of dawn. Feed the baby, then get breakfast on. No quiet time for me. This day is crazy. Wake the kids and out till school begins. Check the sheets, he's wet the bed again. Extra load of laundry shouldn't mean a thing to me. Go find your shoes, go brush your hair. The dog threw up and it's everywhere. Her diaper's full, it's time to go. Stop fighting or I'll lose control. I may get down, but I'll get up. Get ready, cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of a tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a mother, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a mother, and you're gonna hear me roar. Homework's done, it's time to get them fed. Bathe them all and get them into bed. I went from 0 to my own hero. The kids can't sleep, her past year's gone. Who knew the day could be this long? Finally, my peace comes. Go to sleep, start over again. I may get down, but I'll get up. There are days when I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of a tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a mother, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a mother, and you're gonna hear me roar. You're gonna hear me and you're gonna hear me roar, 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 roar. I got the eye of a tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire. I am a mother, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. 'Cause I am a mother, and you're gonna hear me roar. You'll hear me roar. You're gonna hear me roar. You'll hear me roar, and you're gonna hear me roar.
I am Messenger Daniel. It is in the name of Yahweh. Welcome back, Yahushua Ministries. Say Shalom Aleichem. Peace. Bring today. My friend, no matter where you are on the four corner of the earth, you're all ready to celebrate so-called Mother Days. Choose only one day out of 365 days a year to celebrate a pagan's holidays when you're supposed to be love your mother every day. My friend, from my age, I learned to love my parents, no matter the circumstance they are. And my spirit is still grieving. When you say we living on this society to make you against your parents. Not even they make you against your parents, they make you against also your own creator, if you believe in Yahweh. Because Yahweh say in the book of Exodus is the 5th commandment to respect your mother and your father. Not even he told you to respect them, he told you the reason why you get to respect them. So you may live a long life. If you disrespect them, what's going to be the contrary? But you respect your father and your mother. Your life will be very short. And you see today, a special in the United States of America, this is one nation under God. Of course, yes. Everybody can see it. One nation under Satan. Because if there was one nation under Yahweh, they will fear Yahweh and they will obey Yahweh's commandment also. But if they make decisions, they go to school to teach them. If your parent talk to you the way you don't like, just call 911. When Yahweh say himself and his commandment, there are those who disrespect their father and their mother, don't show their appreciation for their mother, must be put to death. The same scripture Yahweh said, not God, but Yahweh said, curse is who disrespect his father and mother, and all the people should say, hallelujah, by cursing those who refuse. It's not because they do not know, they choose to disrespect their parents. Some of them even did. You expect those to receive a blessing? You expect Yahweh to be pleased with the way you are? No. Whatever you see happen everywhere in the world, to the misery, death, whatever sickness, disease, plague, everything is a consequence for sin, because the world teach people the wrong ways. They don't teach you the ways of Yahweh. They teach you the way of tradition of the elders. Some said, and they just say it. If Yahweh said, to those he loves, he chastise them, he discipline them. Did Yahweh give permission and power and authority to a parent to discipline his own child? Of course, yes. How come this society we are living in is against Yahweh word, not even the against Yahweh word, and the against, they make you against your parent also. When Yahweh say, oh no, respect your mother and your father. Why? Because so you can live more longer. You can have a long life. But if you do not, you're going to live a short life. How many today it's everywhere in the world, especially those who are living in the United States of America, who die on early age. Look at my gray hair. That's a blessing. Because I was learned to respect my mother. Even when I would go to school, they don't teach you to go against your creator. They teach you how to pray. They teach you how to respect your teacher, and they teach you how to respect your parent, because they go to the scripture to teach you. Now we live in the society. They remove the scripture. They remove the word of Yahweh. They remove prayer. And you told me you're going to save it in modern days. You are a bunch of hypocrites. Lies, hypocrites and Pharisees. Deuteronomy 5, chapter verse 16, honor your mother and your fathers, as Yahweh your creator has commanded you. It's not give you a choice, it commands you to honor them. That your days may be prolonged, and that is maybe go well with you in the land which Yahweh your creator has given you. If Yahweh is your creator, my friend, it's a must to obey Yahweh your creator. If Yahweh is not your creator, you don't need to. But expecting a short life, expecting disease, sickness, expecting for you die on your own age. Maybe a police shoot you or somebody shoot you. Or maybe you spend time on jail, your life in jail at a young time, and you have a plagues for the rest of your life until the plague is destroyed. Proverbs 30, chapter verse 17. The eyes that mock a father of despise a murder instruction will be picked up by the ravens of the valley and will be eaten by the vulture. Are you understanding what the scriptures say, my friend? Let me repeat it for you, maybe you understand. Let me interpret it for you. The eyes of that who's mocked or disrespect or speaking bad to a father or despise a mother's instructions will be picked up by the ravens. You know the ravens, the animals raven, right? Your eyes will be picked up. You're going to be blind because your eyes will be picked up by the ravens of the valley and will be eaten by the vulture. That means there is a two animals going to destroy you, the ravens and the vulture. Your eyes will be plugged up by ravens, be eaten by the vulture. Don't take my words. I want you to read the book of Proverbs, 30 chapter verse 17, my friend. Don't take my word. Don't take my word. Don't take my word. Matthew 15 chapter verse 6. In this way, you say that they need to honor their mother, to respect their mother and their power. So you may void the word of Yahweh for the sake of your own traditions. Let me start again. You can understand much better. Let's take the book of Matthew, 15 chapter verse 4. Almost 2,000 years ago, Messiah Yahushua was confront the Pharisees, challenged the Pharisees and the hypocrites. Because they think they are wise on their own ways. Just like there is a lot of people today, they think they are wise in their own ways. For it is written, the scripture says, there is something seemed to be wise, to be right in the eyes of a man. But the way of it, the end of it is dead. Not even that, Abba said something very important. The wisdom of this world is nothing but foolishness. So Yahweh going to take those who are on the ground, those the wise men thinking they are fools, to make a shame of those who think they are wise. Messiah Yahushua stand challenge the Pharisees, confront them. For instance, Yahweh says, respect your father and mothers, and anyone who speak or disrespectfully of father or mother must be put to death. But you say Verse 5. You say it's all right for people to say to their parents, I'm sorry. You cannot disrespect your parent and to say you are sorry, my friend. But the Pharisees supposed to do the same thing. It's okay. After you descend, they say, I'm sorry. But it's not. I can help you, for I have a vow to Yahweh, but I will give it to you. My friend, if you're going to give it $5 to your pastor, you get $5, you give your mother $3, you give the pastor the $2. Because pastor don't even exist anyway. It's a worldly words. It's a pagan words. Verse 6, and this way, you say they don't need to respect the mother, the parent. So you make void the word of Yahweh for the sake of your own tradition. That's why you see the system, the society say it's okay to dishonor your mother and your father. It's okay to call popo for your father and your mother. It's okay to call 911. But when 911 coming, you're going to resolve the problem or going to make that problem worse. There is so many delinquency today is because the society tell you you cannot discipline your own child. When you go to any places, you see 5 years old or 6 years old disrespect the father and the mother on the foot of everybody. This is sad situation we are living in. This is sad. They talk to their parents any way they feel like. In my age until today, they will teach us to respect elders. Do not even your parents also. If you teach them to call 911 for their parents, are you think they're going to respect their teachers? Do you think they're going to respect others? No. Because you teach them the wrong things. You don't teach them the boundary. They don't teach them the law of nature. Everybody wants to go to heaven if there is a heaven, but nobody to govern themselves according to heaven commandments. Respect your mother for your days may be no longer. It's not a choice. It is one of the 5th commandments. If we are even on the country, there is 67% people so-called themselves Christians. Even you go to the motel or hotel rooms, now everybody has an opportunity for the scripture or the Bible or a computer in the hand. And you can tell me you do not, the 5th commandment is to honor your mother and your father for your days might be more longer. If not, something's wrong with all of you. So blind cannot lead any blind. If a blind lead a blind, what's going to happen? Both will fall at the same pit or at the same ditch. That's why you see happen today. If they was told me I will see that, I will be a witness of that. No. So if you cannot respect your mother and your father, what is the meaning to choose only one day every day, month of May, to say happy Mother Days, and the 364 days you treat your mother not even as a piece of trash? Somebody please tell me what is going on. I may be crazy, right? Because I speak a language you might be not understand. So to me, that doesn't make sense to me. What is the meaning to take one day out of 365 days a year to celebrate so-called Mother Days when it just comes from to your lips, to your mouth, it's not come from inside? My beloveds, my friends, the listeners, Mother Day is supposed to be every day, not only one day. Love is supposed to be every day. It's not to choose one day to say, oh, happy Mother Day, and 264 days you treat your mother as a trust, peace, and nothing. this is where you say that they need to respect the mother and your father. So you may void. I'm talking to you all who listen. You may void the word of Yahweh who say respect your mother and your father for the sake of your own tradition. Because there is no in the scripture so you disrespect your mother and in time you feel like and choose the month of May and to say happy mother days. That's pagans by nature. It is not to be disrespect his father or his mother. And by his own invalidate the word of Yahweh for the sake of your tradition. You make the word of Yahweh invalidate because of your own tradition. Say it's okay to call 911, to call police for your own mother. Come on. That is outrageous. Somebody please. Do that make any sense to you? For a son or a daughter to have a courage to call 911 for your parents, and now you're going to celebrate Mother Days? That makes any sense to you? Verse 7, you hypocrites, Isaiah writes when he prophesies about you. Isaiah was right when he said it's okay. It's not okay to call 911 for your parent. You hypocrites. Because the mother days you're going to celebrate is just hypocritical. You are a bunch of hypocrites. Isaac was right when he prophesies about you, for he wrote, these people honor me with their lips, but the hearts are far from me. You hypocrites. Isaiah was right when he said, those people honor me with their lips, but the mind and the heart are far away from me. If you love somebody, you will respect that person. If you love that person, you will do anything that person tolerates. Murder is a murder. It's not your woman or your wife. A murder is not anybody. A mother, the value of a child is not something to take very lightly. If your mother chose to give you birth, to wish a parent instead of to respect them, you disrespect them. Instead of her to thank your mother, you disrespect them. My friend, I lost my mother, she passed away. But I was make sure I was taking care of my mother and love my mother. I always make sure I give my mother everything, because if I'm alive today, it's because of my mother. Whatever privilege, cars I'm driving, or whatever people know me after Yahweh is because of my mother. It is a very sad situation, very sad world we are living today. It's the opposite what I was brought up to destroy. If anybody ever need love, they will see a murder. What can a mother doing for you? A father can be going to bars, sleep with the other woman. But whatever happened, the mother always there, no matter what time you're crying, you're hungry, you're dirty, you whatsoever, the mother always has to clean you up, taking care of you. Now you reach on the age, a set of gratitude, the rewards. You choose to disrespect your mother instead of to love your mother. I was learning to love my mother. I was growing up to love my mother. It's not because what she have, but she give me something. No matter what I do for her, I will never finish pay her. Because she give me birth. She give me life after YAHUWEH. She carried me 9 months. She brought me to this wicked world. No matter good time and bad times, it's because of she give me life. No matter good and bad reputation, because she give me life. No matter what I become in life, because she give me life. Do you know how many abortions commit every day? Do you know how many lives who go to downstairs to twice or dog eat them? Do you know how many? You not know, you cannot count 2 minutes. We might be guess, but we will never be a statistic and number. But I love my mother because she gave me birth. And there is no woman in this world can replace my mother. No woman. No woman. Your wife will not carry you in her belly for 9 months. She cannot feed you. And now you told me you're going to celebrate a pagan's Mother Day, and when you live in this society, told you to call 911 for them. You think that's a good thing to do?
you're amazing. You are just one of a kind. Spread your wings all around us. Oh, angels of love, open up me. I'll say diamonds in your eyes. Precious is your beauty. No one can deny you are number one, and the whole world should know you are number one, and the whole world should know. Precious is your beauty. No one can deny. I'll give you the stars and the moon if I could write your name in the clouds so the world see you good. Sacrifice everything in my name if I could put my life on the line, and you know that I would. Happy Mother's Day, every day is for you. Happy Mother's Day, oh yeah, yeah. Happy Mother's Day goes out to every mother. Happy Mother's Day, every day is for you. 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 Every day is for you.
Proverbs 23, chapter verse 22. Listen to your father who gives you life, and do not despise your mother when she old. I'm not speaking, my friend. I'm speechless. Speaking the word of Yahweh to you. The book of Proverbs 23, chapter verse 22. Listen to your father who gives you life, because he is the one who make your mother impregnant by the power of Yahweh. And do not despise your mother when she old. You have 10 cents. You must give your mother 5 cents. Before you even thinking about your wife, thinking about your mother. Which without your mother will give you life. Your wife not going to get you. Without your father get your mother impregnant by the power of Yahweh, your wife will not be enjoy what you enjoy from you. No matter what your mother did for you, no matter what you take and you give to your mother. I've been doing that for my mother, but I will never finish paying my mother. The same way I cannot never finish paying my mother, I can never finish paying Yahweh also. Because Yahweh protect me. Yahweh use my mother and my father to give me birth. He can use me for his ministries. So do you think I have to take that for granted? No. I was always love my mother. And I will always love my mother. Just like I love Yahweh, no matter what. Good time and bad time, Yahweh create them. I will always love my Creator. The Yahweh on the valley is the Yahweh on the mountain. The Yahweh is in the darkness. Is the Yahweh on the light. The Yahweh on the good time. Still the Yahweh on the bad time. I will always love in Yahweh and obey his commandment by honor my mother and my father. Deuteronomy 21, chapter verse 18. If a man has a stubborn and rebellious son, will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and even to they discipline him, You will not listen to them. Listen carefully, my friend. That's on the Torah, the commandment of Yahweh. It's not a choice. The book of Deuteronomy 21, chapter verse 18. If any man has a stubborn and rebellious son, will not obey the voice of his father and the voice of his mother, and even though they discipline him, he refused to listen to them. Verse 19. In such a case, the father and the mother must take their son to the elders as the old court and his city at the gate of the place where he lives. Verse 20. The parent must say to the elders, this son of ours is a stubborn and rebellious and refuses to obey. He is a glutton and a drunkard. Verse 21. Then all the men in his town must stone him to death. In this way, you repulse this evil from among the children of Israel. Anyone who hear about it will be afraid. My friend, the parent must say to the elders, this son of ours is stubborn, just like we are today, and rebellious, and refuse to obey. He is a glutton and a drunkard, a junkie. Junkies. Verse 21. Then all the men of his town, the way he lived in the town of the city, must stone him to death. In this way, you replace this evil from among you, and all Israel will hear about it and be afraid. If any one of you have a son, according to the commandment of Yahweh, it's not called popo, it's not to call 911, it's not to disrespect your mother and your father, it's not to listen to the system to tell you what you're supposed to be doing, but to do the right thing, my friend, to love your mother because she gives you birth. Yahweh said, this son, everybody should be stoned to death. And other can curse the evil from among you. Even you, your own mother and father, you have to cast the first stone to give other example. So all Israel will hear about it and be afraid. My friend, Isaiah 8 chapter verse 20, to the teaching and to the testimony, if they will not speak according to the word of Yahweh, it's because there is no light in them. YAHUWEH said, I am the light to the world. Whoever walk with me will never walk on the darkness and will never stumble. It is sad when you see those kids, because of others, and they mistreat their parents, especially their mothers. They don't sleep. They are in pain. Sometimes the children doesn't move inside their stomach. You have to be concerned since the time the kids is to get pregnant. They always touch, oh, it's moved, look at this, they always dance. And the love they give it to you, and now you choose to disrespect them. And you thinking Yahweh gonna be bless you. Curse are the one who even speak disrespectful to their parents. Curse. Look at the world, what we see today. Misery, pestilence, disease, plagues, killing, murdering, stealing, lying. Even the fish in the sea are die because of you. If anyone cannot speak according to the word is written on the scripture, second, you don't have Messiah Yahushua's spirit. Romans 3 chapter verse 31. Well, then, if he emphasizes faith, does this mean that we can forget about the commitment? Of course not. In fact, only when we have faith do we truly fulfill the commitments by loving that neighbor as thyself. If you love the neighbor as thyself, if you don't love yourself, you're not going to love your mother. If you love your mother, are you going to love your wife? If you don't love all those, how you can love Yahweh, the one you don't say? If you're mistreating the one who gives you birth, carry you 9 months, even if you do it, even she eat it, she cannot put the food out, she get to eat it. My friend, my mother is not a beautiful woman. My mother is not a very educated woman. But Yahweh give her the privilege, the spirit, to bless her in the condition, teach her to respect others. When we go to school, the teacher will teach us also the law of nature, the gravity. You might not see it, but it exists. I feel sad. My spirit is grieving. Every time I think about my mother, I cannot hold the tears. And today you see a young man or a young woman, 5 years, 6 years old, not even young, go all over to the stores, over to the restaurant, they disrespect their parents because this society put fear in their mind to disrespect them. When your creator tells them to honor them, to respect them. My friend, I cannot give you what Yahweh gave it to me, but I can give you a piece of little advice. Do not listen to this society to make you against your creator and against your God. Do not think a woman can replace a mother love. It can't. A woman might know you in the good times. Because today, most women do not know about love. They know about loss, what you can get, what they can get from you. But a mother will always be there for you no matter times, good times and bad times. I wish you listen, my friend. Because nobody promised tomorrow what tomorrow can bring. To learn to honor the one who gives you birth. Respect. and your life might be more longer. Was mother love. A mother, there is only one. Only one, my friend. Nobody in your life can replace your mother. Maybe you do not know the value of your mother today, but maybe one day, when you start by biting your fingers, we see if, but it's going to be too late. Learn to love your mother. Learn to love others. Learn to love others by loving yourself. Because if you love yourself, you love everybody. If you respect yourself, you will respect everybody. But if you don't, you cannot love and respect anybody. I cannot put what Yahweh give it to me to give it to you, but I can tell you. Let Yahweh lead you on the righteousness path, because the time is evil. That's why we say, my friend, start by loving your mother and respect your mother before it's too late. Because Yahweh say, whoever disrespect or speak to his mother or his father, he should be put to death. And given the discipline and they don't want to listen, they should be brought to the elders and call them. And then all the congregation, all the people in the city and the town should be stoned to death. It still exists. Why we don't do it? Because the children of Israel are scattered all over the world. My friend, may I will be with those who obey him. I am Messenger Daniel. Until next time, say Shalom Aleichem. Peace to those who obey Yahweh command. Stop by celebrating a fake Mother Days when you never respect your mother.
Cash flow. I'm scamming last boy again. If I never feel me mother, me would die so me not like she. Never dash me way, never deny me. Never want see me mother cry. If you love your mother, put your one in the sky like me. Love my mother endlessly. God know. If you diss my mother, it's like so you diss me. Don't do it. Happy Mother's Day. Every day is a Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Mommy, me love you. If my mother says she wants something and me can't give her right away, me no feel good. If no food no in the kitchen or if the fridge empty, me can't feel good. Enough people ask them mother true cancer, me know them no feel good. But from mommy have health and strength, I know said that's real good. Me not feel wait for the month of May to make my mother feel good. Always put a smile on my mother face. Then she tell me say she good. Jah protect my mother. She's so special to me. If you love your mother, sing this song with me. Love my mother endlessly. God know. If you diss my mother, it's like so you diss me. Don't do it. star. You get big and attack, say you hate her. That no good for you or your mother a war. You ungrateful that you a go pay for. Respect goes out to all the mothers out there in the world. Whether you bring forth a bouncing little boy or a bouncing little girl, I sing this song for my mother and every other mother somewhere. Charlie Black I represent for the good kids them and every other youth who care. Love my mother endlessly, God knows. If you diss my mother, it's like so you diss me. Don't do it. Happy Mother's Day. Every day is a Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Mommy, me love you. You're so special to me, mommy. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. You're so special to we,